What's up guys, Phantom here, back with episode 53 of my F1 2019 career mode, as we are going to Silverstone for the British Grand Prix for round 10 of season 3, as our drag has failed. Our major upgrade for aerodynamics has failed, as we have now dropped to 5th, and as our car is now the 5th best on the grid, as that will cost us 634 points to re-upgrade, as we will head to qualifying.
It's time once again then for qualifying here at Silverstone on what we're hoping will be a tight contest for pole position. And as we wait, poised for the start of what will hopefully be a thrilling qualifying, why don't you tell us, Anthony Davidson, about the things you can do to really get the most out of a car in a session like this?
Well, you're largely limited by the Parc Fermé regulations, of course. Back in the old days, pre-2004, you'd work on both a qualifying setup and a race setup over practice, and then swap them over after qualifying. So the race car was quite different at times to the qualifying car. Nowadays, though, you have to find a compromise that works for both. There are a few things that you can still adjust during the session, such as the differential, the brake bias, and the front wing angle, but that's about it. So it's more about optimizing what you do have and adapting your own style to suit the track conditions.
As we start out here in Q2, as it is finally not raining, as all tracks for it not to be raining at, it has to be, Silverstone here at Britain. They've probably never seen such good weather here, as we have started our lap here and going into turn 1-2 complex, as we will come here to the final sector here, into the last complex here, as we will get the drive off the corner, make sure not to take too much of that curb, and come across the line in second spot, as our teammate Raikkonen has qualified a dismal 14th there, as we were 4/100 of the second off of Weber as we head to Q3, as we are here late in Q3 for our one and only flying lap of the session here, as we normally often do, as we come across the line to start our flying lap here, as Vettel is on provisional pole, as we kind of get the first corner all wrong there. We turned in too early and then kind of steered out and then went too far wide, as we are coming through here through the final couple of corners. As we come across the line, we will be in 6th position behind Bottas, as Vettel is on pole for the British Grand Prix.
We now have our grid lineup. The pain of parting is nothing to the joy of meeting again. And how joyous indeed it is to be back at Silverstone once more for the British Grand Prix. The queues to get in this morning extended miles back down the A43, such is the enthusiasm for Formula One in this country. The 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit in Great Britain is hallowed ground to the Formula One faithful. We have 18 corners that wrap around this former World War II airbase, and some good passing opportunities at the end of the DRS zones. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about old time. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Weber, Valtteri Bottas, Oldtimer, Sainz, Butler, Verstappen, and Daniel Kvyat, Perez, Norris, Lance Stroll, and Raikkonen, Magnussen, Grosjean, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Daniel Ricciardo. Russell and Nico Hülkenberg completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
As we sit here on the grid in P6 after yesterday's qualifying performance, as there are 5 lights and they are out, as we get a pretty average start there, as we bog down a little bit, as Sainz is going to go around our outside. We're going to take it pretty cautious here, as he's just going to go around the outside of us, as we're going to take a little bit of a look there as he kind of chops across our nose there pretty recklessly, as he does it again, and we make slight contact with him as we kind of give in there a little bit as we come on to lap 2 here, as we get a really good run through 1 and 2, as we're going to take a look down his inside, and he just completely just turns into us like we weren't even there, as we are coming onto the Maggot and Beckett section here, exiting, as we get a horrendous exit as Verstappen's now going to pull to the outside of us, but Perez with an absolute launch as he's going to go down our inside here, as we have been able to get the drive off the corner. But up ahead of us, Sainz has lost a piece of his end plate there, and so he will definitely be a lot slower than us, as a bunch of people are taking fastest lap here, as Perez once again is attacking us, and we're going to have to go around the outside there, and we actually get off the track there, but we have managed to keep 7th place there. But as we exit the section there, as Perez once again just won't leave us alone, as he is going to try to go around the outside, as we will firmly shut the door on him there. So we move on to the Maggots and Beckett section here on lap 3, as we are firmly in the slipstream of Sainz this time, and we will make a very easy pass, as he won't be able to cut us off this time, as we will be ahead of him by just enough so we don't overshoot, and we are up in the 6th place here, as Bottas and Weber are having an absolute ding-dong battle here for 4th, as Bottas is going to get a pretty bad exit there, as we're going to go down to the inside, brake later to him, make sure he can't cut us off like most AI do, and we are up into 5th, as once again we are leaving the Maggots and Beckett section here with Weber right in our sights here, as we're coming from a pretty long way back there, but we were going to go down the inside as we kind of go a little bit cautious there, so he will get the outside. But we're going to look for the same exact move that we did on Bottas, as we have managed to make it work once again here, as we will come on to lap 6 here in 4th position, as there are yellow flags now, as there looks to be a car off with screech marks, and that is Leclerc. Leclerc is out of the race there, as Hamilton just kind of sideswiped him there, as you can see on the replay. Definitely a loss of right front there, as we are coming into the pits at the end of this lap on lap 7 here, as Weber is not that far behind us, as we will come into the pits and lose probably half a second there as we cut a little bit farther in, and it looks like we're going to hold up Hamilton just that slight bit that we needed, and we'll come in and have a 2.5 second pit stop there, as we are about the same ahead of Weber, as we will exit the pit in 16th spot, as now coming on to lap 8, coming on to lap 9 actually, we will gain a good portion of those positions back, as we are up to 8th. As we move to the next lap here, we will gain 2 more positions through the pit stop phase here, as we will pass Verstappen now, and on to lap 11, coming on to lap 12 now. We will set the fastest lap of the race as we enter Copse here, as Verstappen is out of the race, as it looks to be on the straight there. He kind of just had an engine blow up there, as we will come to the end of Maggots and Beckett's, as we are once again going to make hopefully a pass here down, as we are definitely going to make a pass here, as we're going to come down the inside of Hamilton, but we go in too deep, as Hamilton has cut back on us, as we try to maybe look to the inside there, but we had too much momentum as we kind of squeeze him to the apex there, as I was really just following Hamilton, so Hamilton kind of just squeezed himself onto the apex, but Hamilton definitely does not want to give us a second spot, so we try to break the toe there, as we are able to manage to do that, as Vettel has absolutely just run away with the race win here at Britain, and sets the fastest lap of the race, as we come home 2nd.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you pulled through. Thank you.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. So let's review the updated driver's standings. Sebastian Vettel will be very happy with that result as he extends his championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
It has to be said, Roman Grosjean certainly had my eye today. He made impressive gains during the race.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.